There we go. I always forget to do that. So we are back with um, what will be a slightly different effort. Now, last week I started uh, working on some refactoring of the new debugger. There was some things that I needed to make some changes to for some of the things that I want to do. And while digging in or digging through some of that I had to experience, of course, some of the other code, and notice that there are some actually some problems that could end up being fairly problematic, and some others um, that really need to be addressed at some point in some way. um, and I thought that I might go ahead and tackle some of that. Now, some of this actually comes from a few different things. First the original code base. Some of that, obviously that is kind of key here with this. I mean, the Bill, who's kind of the head maintainer, and then a couple of other people who contribute to it are didn't actually write that original code. So a lot of things I'm probably going to say today, and a lot of things I'm probably going to bitch about today. Um, not not really on him, but I have a feeling I'm going to be brutally honest about a few things because yeah, there's some problems in there. Now I have taken a look at things like OVCC, and the problem there is that certainly that there's been a lot of work on that particular version to make it cross-platform, and to kind of separate the UI and everything up. Problem is that the code by and large still contains some of the same kind of problems. So now a lot of these come from different areas, but a lot of them are legacy things, and so anyway, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna pick a file, and I'm gonna just start kind of making some changes, and kind of refactoring it up to make some problems, and I'm gonna kind of step through that. So if you are considering doing some work on VCC, um, there's certainly some things that you want to familiarize yourself with, and there's a couple of things that you need to be aware of, particularly like your dev environment. Like I'm struggling with some 2019 Visual Studio 2019 stuff versus the legacy stuff that is used to build it, and you'll see me dealing with some of that here in a minute. um, but yeah, in general, I think that I should be able to cover enough that gives you kind of an idea of what you would be getting into, and to the kind some of the more pressing kind of things that really need to be updated, and really a lot of these updates need to be done, but before there are any new features, or at least any new features that revolve around certain pieces of code. And that comes down to a couple of things of code quality, and maintainability. That whole overall sense is going to help help the program move forward. So let me get a couple of things set up here. So now the uh, the issues with like legacy builds, I think right now it requires like Visual Studio 2015. Now I use Visual Studio 2019 and above. I've actually got both community and professional installed for 2019. I'm getting ready to move up to 2022, at which case, and in that instance, I'm going to be removing 2017. Which I actually don't use it anymore. In fact, most of my own projects, even the non-Coca ones, I've already moved over to that, or over to 2019. And going up to 2022 isn't that big of a leap. Um, but one of the bigger problems is kind of the dependency on MFC, and I highlighted this in one of my things, and that's it's at least originally it was mostly just an annoyance because it was kind of a soft dependency. It just uh, used some include files. It um, didn't actually use any of the libraries, didn't use any of the functionality except for one piece of code, which there's an easy alternative for that. But the debugger actually used a part of it, or some of the library functions from MFC, which actually needed to be updated. So I made those updates, And I've submitted a pull request, and I actually had to do that blind because I don't have 2015. I'm not going to install that crap on my machine just to do that, especially when there's a possibility of it borking some stuff up. So I did submit that a little bit blind, but it's small enough and reasonable enough to maintain. So hopefully once that gets in there, I won't be able to do that. But I am going to create a branch off of that for a couple of reasons. One, I've already submitted the uh, uh, pull request. So, hopefully that'll be in there. And number two, having those changes, already in there, particularly with the debugger is certainly going to help. And if I do run into any problems, I can go ahead and fix those. So when that gets updated, I'll be able to kind of, switch to the main and don't have to worry about this branch. However, if there are problems or anything that actually needs to be updated, then I'm going to switch back over to this, this remove MFC dependency branch, do my work, resubmit it, and then I'm going to merge those changes into what the branch I'm creating now. So we're going to kind of do this MFC dependency, and we're going to kind of extend that a little bit. And um, so we're going to do that and refactor. So this will keep some of our changes in now. These aren't like any like really specific changes, and I'm not actually targeting any specific bugs. What I'm actually trying to do is to help avoid those. And I have absolutely no doubt that as I get into this, that there are going to be bugs that pop out. I think right now one of the at least right now it seems like it's a minor problem, but it might grow, is that there is some undefined behavior, and some of that comes from like moving from C to C++. So there's that paradigm shift is a has introduced some problems because there are things that with C++ being or C being canonical to C++. There are certainly a tremendous number of things that come over to C++ from C and rules and language kind of stuff. But there are also things that are different. One of those things is that in C, you have type punting, in which like a union, you've got like a word and you've got 2 bytes. And in this case, in VCC, it does that for kind of the register management in the CPU emulators. So you'll have a union, you got a short, and then you've got a structure which has 2 8-bit values to represent A and B. Um, so and that stuff is pretty well known. So seeing that it's likely not going to cause any problems, but that in and of itself doesn't mean that that the problem is benign either. Let's see, we want to go into general and we got to change this. Okay, this is so anyway, I've actually have some of the libraries required to build this, but I still have to make changes in order to build. So I stopped fighting with that, and I just do this, and everything comes up. The C++ language standard. Now, right now, I think that it's either set to C++. I think for the GMC cartridge that I did for the Essence sound chip support. I believe I had that set to C++14, so I know that that's building in the main thing. So actually, let's see what. Okay, that seems wrong. Why is that? When we want to do this, install that. All right. So we've got some here with the language standard. So let's see what these others are using. Platform toolset and language. Okay, one is 1. Okay, that's 14. And release. So why does it say that is? Oh, and then we have template. I keep forgetting that keeps on popping up in there, and I'm not really sure why. I think that may have been something that I might have actually reintroduced. Um, so anyway, let's go into here. We're going to go ahead and change these right now just to C++14 because that seems to be what everybody is defaulting on. And there. All right, default 14. Perfect. Okay, so now let's do a quick build, make sure that we're good to go. All right. So another thing is I all I have to really do is kind of revert that get rid of those changes later on when I submit it. So no, that's I mean it's a minor hassle, but not something I'm gonna bitch about too much. But having to deal with like actual code changes every time, that would be a nightmare. So yeah, the first thing. So anyway, you see all these warnings down here. This is one of the things that really needs to be cleaned up. That's um, not going to do all of it here. I might do a little bit of it. Some of these changes actually I've already made uh, in the debugger updates, which as soon as that 2015 or the MLC dependency stuff, once that's taken care of, then I'll worry about submitting that. Plus, Mr. Rojas has some additional changes I think that he's working on right now, which is okay. So let's see. Let's you know, actually, I'm going to commit this so that I can easily revert it later on. All right. So we've got all that. Tool set. Revert it later. Okay, so that sets us up for kind of doing all this. This is running a branch. We can fiddle with all kinds of stuff, and even if we screw it up, we can fix it later. So let's take a look at what we want to do today. So we've got a lot of stuff to go through. In fact, let's switch back over here. So yeah, I was looking at the size of the code um, earlier today, and so this is like 1.27 megabytes of code, I think it was. Um, but at the same time, that's actually not um, it's not considerable in size, because if you look at like this file, the graphics for that, like for the gimme chip, well, all the graphics mode, that's a lot of unrolled loops and stuff that's in there. A lot of big source lines, so that's huge. And then of course you expect the CPUs to be pretty big, um, and so you end up with about 493K of code, and then there's some other things. But at the same time, a fair amount of that is geared towards the user interface, and a lot of that is mixed in with general logic. So some of that stuff has to be separated. So I was looking at things. I think what I'm going to do is something really insanely simple. Let's see, what was it? Right. We can do some joystick input stuff. That's only like 18K. That's some small ass amount of code, right? So we'll and keep in mind, it's a small amount of code. Kind of keep track of how many like little issues that we find within this, little things that we can change over from that were possibly necessary in C. Um, but maybe not so necessary in C++. And then keep in mind that that original code base, I'll be quite honest with you, it's shit. It really is. There's some serious problems with it. So okay, so we got this. So we've got actually, let's take a look at the header. All right, so we got some stuff in here. We got just some simple functions, and we've got our data structure here. So we've got a lot of things, and this is one of the things that is really starting to annoy me, is things like this. I don't understand why everything is like an unsigned char when really it probably doesn't matter, but to go to this explicit thing, it seems like trying too hard. So things like this really should be an enumeration. You've got multiple specific values that are known ahead of time, whereas I think the left and right, up and down are more. I think those are maybe key codes. We'll find out later. These are probably booleans. Um, that's looks like an index, so we're kind of limited there, but that doesn't really matter. And then high res again is another enum. So we're going to be we'll have to change some of that up to add some type safety. Just make sure that hey, if we're assigning value 4 to use mouse, if we use an enumeration, it's going to go ahead and say, hey, whoa, I don't know about this value. I can't convert that. And it's going to give you an error rather than maybe even a silent warning, and that's certainly going to keep you from moving forward. So those things help us along the way. Also, this seems to be joystick configuration. So this really isn't all that descriptive, and really honestly, it's not joystick. It's really just a controller, configuration, because you've got kind of the controller type. It's varied and things. So we'll kind of clean that up. And then these functions, this probably isn't actually necessary anymore. And then of course this we'll kind of C++ify it a little bit, just a teeny bit. That way it'll help us along. Yeah, and things like this, like max tiers, that should probably go away. String length should probably go away. So let's see what we got in here. Okay, we got that. Well, maybe not the best naming, but not not too egregious. Okay, we got some clock cycles there. That's actually coming from somewhere else. I'm not sure if that really should be elsewhere. It seems like something that belongs to the joystick input. So we'll leave that for later on. That's kind of a minor thing. Okay. So yeah, and then we've got some stuff here. We've got left stick X and Y, right stick X and Y. We've got a whole bunch of stuff for the left and a whole bunch of the right. I think we're going to stuff that into a structure. Um, so this max sticks, okay, that's where that's being used. We probably want to change this to a vector. Doesn't seem like it's anything that anybody would actually bitch about in performance. This right here, we've got two separate things, so we may combine that into a data structure. Maybe we might just make it a pair. Who knows? We'll see. We'll see what we do with that. Joystick index, that probably belongs to that or is relation to that, so we might have to deal with some stuff in there. Okay, some direct input stuff. So now remember, direct input or anything DirectX is going to be COM. And that requires that we got to look for some special stuff every once in a while. So, and then our current stick. Every time I see this is probably not the file that I should have I should have picked, because now I'm just gonna keep on thinking about that Wico or Wico joystick. Looks like a butt plug. Our generation was far more accepting of stuff like that. I mean, who designs a joystick to look like a butt plug? So anyway, okay, so we've got some DirectX creating stuff here, and this right here is one of the problems we may need to do. So this is a COM. This actually I think was called multiple times, or could be called multiple times within the thing. So this, we're leaking a resource there. Most likely that should be released. So we'll want to kind of facilitate and manage that. Enumeration callbacks. I don't know what the context was supposed to be, but looking like up here is null. We've got some comment out code we'll get. Just this kind of code is really just that's a terrible way to do things. Not to mention that I don't think that the return value from this is even being checked, so this ends up becoming pretty useless. And we got some more enumeration callbacks. Then we got our joystick poll. I'm not really too sure we're going to do too much to this, except for maybe format the stuff up a little bit. Again, I'm not really sure that this even really needs to return a thing. And that's one of the things that I notice a lot, is that things will be returning values, but it's never checked. So either don't return the value or check it. That's that's kind of a kind of something you need to do. All right, so yeah, we've got ports bar pot here that might end up having to be an enumeration. I don't know where that value is coming from. We've got set mouse, some big long old stuff here. Temp code looks like it's checking for things. Now this I might actually save for round 2 of a refactor on this, because this is something I'll want to think about how to kind of condense this down, because this is not really sure it needs to be all like this. So anyway, so we got a similar thing for setting the button status, and again, these look like Booleans instead of rather just values, and that's another thing that you see through. I mean, and there are conventions of doing, like Booleans in C with enumeration. And it gives you a little bit of safety, makes it pretty clear to what you're doing. But for some reason, somebody was insistent on using unsigned characters throughout this code, like it fucking meant something. It doesn't. Okay, I mean, if you're taking and let me kind of put this in, it's going to load it into a word register. That's it. Most of the character stuff is just not going to happen. When you pass a character, an unsigned character, or character and 8-bit value to a function, it's going to extend that to a 32-bit value or 64-bit value, depending on whatever um, uh, the word size is for that particular platform. It's going to do that every time you call a function, regardless of what you do. Um, because that's what ANSI C tells you that you have to do. And of course, in C++, it's canonical to C, so you get that kind of stuff back. So all right, so let's let's kind of get started here a little bit. Let me make sure I got my music turned on. All right, we get some E40 going. My God, there's comments. Oh no, they like my post. Oh yes, people like me. Like what was her name? Sally Fields. She got her Oscar. You love me. You really, really love me. Not really. Um, so all right, so let's take a look at this. I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do with some of these values, but um, pound defines really not something you really need or should do in C++. Um, and honestly, I mean, and this is going to probably be a contention with some people. In fact, I've seen some rumblings about it. Huh. Okay, reconnection successful. Awesome. You lost me for a minute, man. My internet just said screw you and just dropped off. I actually had to reset my my wireless card. So anyway, so things like this, yeah, I'll get rid of those. But let's go back into here first. So yeah, there's certain things that you do and certain things that you don't. Macros probably a bad idea. Any pound define is really a bad idea, and uh, they usually will end up conflicting with a name at some point. They're going to conflict with something. And in fact, I ran into that very problem um, just a few days ago with the registers uh, in uh, I think it was actually it was both. It was both the 69 and 6309, where the condition codes were defined as F, C, V, I, that kind of stuff, but they were so you couldn't use those as say like a member of a class. So you get all those conflicts. Yeah, pound defines, macros, just leave them alone. Avoid them at all costs. And if you see one, get rid of it. If you can get rid of it, if you're in there digging in the code and you're working on this, and even if you're just playing around, try to get rid of it as quickly as you can. So all right, so let's do this. First, you don't need a type def here in we're going to do this in C++. Controller configuration. All right, so we'll be a little bit on that. A little, make sure. Okay, so we only have a few uses of that. That's and joystick. All right. You know what? I should have done this. Oops, I did. Oh, okay, that's why. Okay, we'll get rid of that. And that should be it. All right, so at least we know what the hell this thing is now. So, all right, now we want to do something with these values here. So we're gonna type. We're gonna change this to type. Make it a little more descriptive. That motherfucker's everywhere. Look at that. Look at that. Could you imagine if you changed the order of those values? If now you wanted the joystick to be 2, you have to go back through and make sure you had to change all of that stuff. Terrible, terrible. I mean, this is something you shouldn't do. I mean, literals are bad. I don't care what anybody tells you, literals are bad. If you're using literals throughout your stuff instead of symbolics, then you are doing it wrong. I'm sorry, you're wrong. And I see this kind of stuff all the time. I mean, and certainly I'm guilty of it to a degree myself. You're going to see a value here and there where I just get lazy about it. But overall, if your code base has that kind of stuff all the way through it, anytime you make a change, you risk screwing something up and not even knowing about it. Unless you're testing every single one of these, unless you've got coverage of every single one of these pieces of function, you're going in and testing each and every single one of them manually, or otherwise, or hopefully you got unit tests, but if not, you're doing it by hand. Okay, you were going to miss something. So let's do this. Let's do this. Okay, keyboard, mouse, audio, and joystick. All right. And what do you know? It's 4 characters long, so everything looks all pretty. But we don't need unsigned. Although we could make this a character. We could. I think it's. I rarely do this. I think it's. That? Yeah, that's it. So modern C++ is so wonderful. So wonderful. That's why I don't barely use it anymore. But yeah, C++ is a good language. I know that some people are not really too fond of it, but it is what it is. Um, People expect, I think, things of it that they really shouldn't most of the time, and a lot of people rarely take the time to understand certain aspects of it. It is what it is. You can fight it and say you shouldn't have to, but it doesn't really help you, does it? All right, so we got mouse. So we're just going to do this one for right now. So let's see what happens when we build this. This is one of the great things. Yeah, see, we got errors all over the damn place because of it, because it doesn't like that one or two values. It's going to do it. Now this right here, we actually have to do a little bit of custom code for, um, so that we can actually make sure that the the value that it pulls out of the configuration is within um, the uh, um, the range of what it should be. And this is, one of those problems. This right here is an introduction, or allows you to introduce, undefined behavior. If I change that, use mouse to 5, which is a value that isn't actually valid, it's not really going to do anything bad, per se, I guess. But undefined behavior is undefined behavior, and you certainly want to, avoid that. That's certainly something that you don't have in other languages like Java and C sharp. But people, it's one of the things that people do bitch about. So we're going to have this with the high res as well, because we're going to want to change that to an enum to give that safety. In fact, let's do this and see how. Yeah, see, we're not as many, not nearly as many, but enough that will do it. So there's certainly some things that are going to have to be changed in there. And of course, one thing you got to keep in mind is that although there's no immediate need to actually change some of this stuff. One, I've already seen some problems with it. It's bad code. And it makes it difficult to maintain. I mean, you're always going to be hacking at it. Your goal is going to be to write code rather than to build software. I mean, that's really what you're trying to do here, is build software, not just simply write code. And that means that you want to avoid tight couplings. You want to have cohesion in your program, especially something like this where it's certainly popular. It's certainly used by a lot of people. And if you want it to go forward, if you really want that the thing to go forward, be able to add new features without having to bend over backwards, or end up screwing yourself in some way or another, then that makes it easier. And of course, input is kind of an easy one, but there's also a lot of other pieces of the program that use it. So if we look at our output here, you've got the config, certainly is one for doing that. But this is a client. The problem is it does have some UI stuff in there. At least I think it does. So let's get back to doing this. So we're going to skip that's the config stuff here. All right, so we know that 0, let's see, controller type. You know what? I think I'm going to move this out of here. Make that something kind of okay. So we know the order. We've got the order right. So now we've got to go in here and do this kind of stuff. Keyboard, and we're going to get rid of these parentheses because they are not necessary. And that's going to be a keyboard as well. See, a lot of these changes end up being boring. The problem is that you certainly do have to test it. Let's get this looking a little prettier. We'll just let Visual C do this. Okay, so we've got so that's 2. It's going to be audio. Wait, audio. I'm gonna have to make sure that shit's right. I didn't even think about this. It's a controller type. Why is it in audio? Okay. Yep, audio device. I don't know what the hell that is. Okay, so then we've got 3, which is joystick. Joystick. All right, so we're good there. That's really all you need to do. Okay, so yeah, man, these errors are still up in there. So all right, let's get up into here. I think we're gonna go ahead and do a static cast here. Oh, and don't do C style cast in C++ ever. Use static cast, reinterpret cast, or dynamic cast as appropriate. You don't know what I'm talking about? There are plenty of resources on the internet that can explain it. And I missed a parentheses there. What? Oh, duh. I did not. Okay. And let's go down here. I'm probably missing a couple of things. All right. Use mouse. That's keyboard. Oops. And we want to get rid of these damn superfluous. Completely superfluous. Didn't I just do this? Didn't I? Okay, joystick config, init dialog. Okay, what the hell is this doing? What are we doing down here? An update. Okay, so we'll look to see we'll consolidate some of this code at some point, but my focus, at least, is not for the time being the config itself. My thing is this. All right, so 2 is audio. So I actually just look at the and joystick. So now I don't have to actually, go back and look every single time that I go into this. What is use mouse? What is use mouse? What does that value stand for? Which controller is it? Of course, I can look over here, but I shouldn't have to look over there. So these little kind of things, they help it along. They really do. All right. So yeah, a lot of this, eventually could certainly be consolidated, reduced. In fact, and that's something that you certainly want to do. If you see duplicate code somewhere, find a way to reduce it. Absolutely find a way to reduce it. So let's see what we got here. All right, so we got unnamed class. Oh, right. I keep forgetting about this shit. You know what? I'll do that again because that's gonna end up bugging the hell out of me. All right, so we got a collection of warnings. Let's see. See, just all right. So that's in the config. Chat disconnected. Please wait while we try to reconnect. Maybe I should refresh my streaming window. Oh shit. There we go. Okay. For a second there, I thought I lost the I thought I lost the stream because I reloaded. All right, so why is all of this red now? Okay, it's just a few of them. Okay, and I path. That's okay. Yeah, we know that. Okay, these are the rights. We can actually do this right now. So of course, static casts are a lot easier because every once in a while I'll go through my projects and I'll just search for static cast. Rarely, if ever, do a reinterpret cast, but I do search for those. And anytime I've got a oh, that's the wrong one. So and anytime I've got them, I take a look at them and I make note. Okay, let's see where this actually did fail. Okay, this actually seems weird. So let's did I screw something up there? Okay, config. Looks like I did. Wait, left use mouse. Oh, comma INI path. Okay. Oh, I see what I did. I know what I did. Went too far. There we go. And this right here is perfect, great use of static cast. Yeah, don't ever use C-style cast. They are not the same as a static cast. They're just not. All right, all right, so I'm not going to do a static cast on that. That actually needs to be checked for validity and default set. So we'll go through that. Temp. This is why I hate things like C. They kind of encourage things like this. All right, so this is setting a check. All right, so this is okay. I will go back and make notes of that later. I always go back and review my changes to make sure. All right, so that seems like it. Okay, so use mouse. Okay, so that's use mouse is keyboard. No, that's joystick. All right. So if it's a joystick, oops, we're going to change it to mouse. Yeah, we need to change the name of that to type. Oops, oops, duh, got ahead of myself. Okay, that's terrible. So what in hell is this? Refresh joystick status. Not really following the logic here. I'm sure there's is mouse. Yeah, mouse is one. I'm sure there's a logical reason for this, but I'm not sure of why we want to destroy our user settings here. Or maybe this doesn't get propagated. Who knows? We'll see. All right. See what else we got here. Yeah, some of this is going to definitely get changed, but I'm going to do this after I finish everything else because this is, we can deal with that. We can do a map with that, make sure that everything is all hunky-dory. Uh, oops. All right. Okay, oops. Hit the wrong button. I wanted to hit F4. So let's do this. Get rid of that noise. All right. Nope, forgot the, get rid of that. I think that was causing, yep, that was causing a lot of other problems too. Oh, I hate these kind of things. You know what? I'm going to have to do this in two parts because I'm going to have to update this stuff. So right now, I'm just going to do a static cast. Not recommended. Keep that in mind. but it will get us to where we need to be. And so we'll have a list of these things. Yeah, probably stick them in a map. That way we can grab one, and we actually don't have to check to see if it exists, because if it doesn't, it's going to throw out an exception and the program's going to bomb like it should. So, you know what, OPP? Yeah, you know me. All right. Yeah, other people's programs. All right. Okay, so that's so what are we gonna do here? You know, I may actually have to do that map now. So that is going to be some data that's stuffed up here. I know it. Let's see. It's going to have max something, max sticks. Stick name. See, we got stick name over here too. We've got some shit just duplicated all over the damn place. Okay, sound cards. Yeah, that's all right. So here's left joystick, EMU, RAM choice, CPU choice. Okay, so we got some joystick stuff up here. And let's see, static cast. Yep, I'm definitely going to have to do this at the moment. So now these I don't actually have to do. Hmm. All right. So let's start off with this static um, array. Oops. Comma. We're gonna kind of fudge a little bit here, and name this uh, oops. And that, we're going to make that const, and that looks like it is, oh, okay, probably an incomplete type. Fine. All right, there we go. This is going to do a couple things for us. All right, so we're going to do this. And this should hopefully make things a little bit easier in other places. May convert this to a map, may do that. But you know, we know we've got a set thing, you know, kind of some set stuff in here, so we got some wiggle room in dealing with some of this legacy code. All right, so we're gonna do this. And I'm only doing this. I can actually a for loop, um, or the other for loop. So let's do this. Hmm. you know what? We know that we've got some indexes here, so let's do this. For now, this will definitely help our other code. Why is that? Don't tell me I gotta do pair. What? That should be just fine. Huh? No suitable constructor. What are you talking about? That can't be right. I know it's got a. Okay, let's. Huh. Okay, parent. Well, ain't that a pisser? I don't understand that. Why is that? Okay, so TY, but it doesn't say. Huh. Okay, so there's no. Well, I know it will. That should automatically. That should. Type deduction should pick up on that. Fuck, man. Shorten this up. All right. So we're just gonna do this. Wow. Maybe it's just a level of C or C++. Maybe I'm just so used to 17 that I'm expecting it to work. All right, so we got that. Let's do this. Uh, there we go. Now I can do the same thing to this. And that will help later on for some of the conversions because we can be able to search that for thing conversions and stuff. So let's do that. Yeah, that ain't gonna work. And that should be just fine. All right, so what we're gonna do here is we're gonna take this. Oh, yep, that's gotta go. That's definitely gotta go. All right, so we got all this data down here. We're just gonna stick this puppy right down here. Controller type values, and I'll stick this into a namespace as this. See how many extra bugs I get or extra errors I get with it. None. Good. Easy. Uh, hmm. Yeah, I'll have to wrap this in a function. Oops. Oops. Controller type values. don't think 14 supports auto here, but we're gonna give it a shot anyway. Shit, because it isn't gonna do it, I bet. Oops. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that shit ain't gonna work. Pretty sure. But it's not giving me an error at the moment, so cannot explicitly capture because no default capture has been specified. Oh, that's right. Okay, cool. So we're going to take this, actually. Now I could just do a static cast, but maybe a couple of comparisons, but not. All right, not exactly the best approach. If oops, oops. Let's see this. Controller type second. Oops. Let's see, controller type. Keyboard default. Oh. All right, so we're gonna grab that out of there. Perfect. Actually, let me do this. Okay, what line is that? 354. Oops. That's what I wanted. Make sure I got the right one. Uh-huh. Oh, duh. There we go. All right, so after all that, I can actually get back to the uh, joystick stuff. So, but we do want. Let's see what else we've got here going on. Wow. Oh, okay, well, that's not too bad. That's joystick input. So, and then we could do some testing that was actually a bit more of a change than I thought it would be. All right, so get rid of one user. Okay, so we want to make sure that we validate this on upkeep, and then on the that defaults to actually no, let's do this. That'll help. Okay, so take a quick look at some of the stuff that's in here. Oh, all right. So gonna do that. Okay, we gotta make pair. All right, keyboard mouse audio join. Okay. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah, that should be good. We'll move that up to the top here in a minute. Use mouse, convert to controller type. Okay, you know what? Actually, let's do this real quick. See if it, no, it's still gonna. All right. All right. So those are gonna be enabling support for that. Audio, joystick. Da da da. So now probably create a structure in here to get the icons out of that too. Merge all that stuff in there. I may actually have to do that for this too. So, okay, so we got static cast. That's fine. No, it is not. Don't want to do that. And, okay, that static cast doesn't need to be up in there. Okay, so we got that. That was the same as before. I think this is that static cast again, right? Hmm. All right, so we've got some stuff in here that certainly needs to be fixed, and take that up. Okay, so this one I think right here is really the only one, and I'll do a convert the other direction. That should be pretty freaking easy. Um, so all right, joystick icons, yeah, that should be fine. Because the convert back, you know, I'll have to make a throw or a no throw. I don't know. Oh, James. Are you suggesting the code could be better? I'm not suggesting it. I'm saying it fucking outright. This code could be way better. I mean, there's nothing on Bill and his team. I mean, he inherited this. I mean, they didn't write this stuff to begin with, so that ain't on them. But still, this code base sucks. You know, I'll reply to that later. All right, so I only have. So I've been doing this for like an hour. Okay, so I think I got about an hour and a half left. So glad I could find some time to do this. Let me do my channel here. Let me take a look at my channel. My channel. Yeah, cleaning up VCC. Okay, there we go. Perfect. That I can dig. All right, so make sure I got that. All right, so yeah, I'll clean that part up later. So let's go back here and fix these. Okay, so this is going to be a, let's see, we know that that is our controller type. We know that controller one is a mouse. All right, so Alrighty. It's okay, it seems to be different each time. Fuse mouse equals 0. So, all right. So that's a keyboard. Oops. And we'll go down to here. And 0 is keyboard. Right. Yep, that's right. And then we got another one. Doesn't seem to care about anything else. And another one. Keyboard. See? Keyboard. And that is joystick. Seems to ignore the audio one. Bummer, man. Seems to ignore that audio device. That should have been it. Nope. Oh, one. Does have something. Oh, it's the mouse. And there isn't even braces on this one. And one is the mouse. Hmm. See, stuff like this just like works, pretty cool or pretty well if you just like stick it in a function, have a data structure to kind of, keep this stuff in. Because I mean, your left button status, left button status, left button 2 status, left button 3. There we go. All right, so let's you know what? Let's step through some of this stuff. Let's see. Yeah, I want to go into the config stuff here, and all right, 275. You definitely don't want to be borking up stuff that I don't want to be working on. You know what? Actually, let's go to breakpoints. Okay, cool. We got the one. I think we're good there. All right. So, and then there's 284. We're just going to stick some breakpoints on all this, kind of step through what we've done. You know what? Actually, let's do this. Get this puppy up here. All right. So we got some of this. We got some of that. Wow, we got a config here, tabs. Boy, what? Oh, this has UI shit in here too, man. That's that is unfortunate. Let me get rid of that window. All right, so yeah, we'll want to step through that just to sanity check. And we got that. Okay, so we can do that. And 357. I wonder if my settings are wrong, because this used to show me what lines it changed in the file, so I could just kind of go to them real quick. And 1080. How big is this file? All right, we've got that, and we've got that, and then of course we have this. So everything should come up. So that's audio, joystick, and then of course 1100. We've got this a little bit different. Actually, could probably do the same thing up here. Well, don't really actually need to. Oh, it does all 6. Yeah, see these hard-coded kind of values, man? How many places do you have to search for 6 or 3? I mean, 3 is all over the damn place. See, that's gonna that kind of kills the vibe. All right, so we've got 1125, and we're already there. All right, so 1135, these right here. That should be fine. I don't think there's gonna be a problem with that. All right, and 1134, 1145. Okay, is that right? Yeah, 11. No, 1159, 1170. I don't know how I got that one wrong. Make sure that temp going into there is going to be a cool thing. So yeah, we'll have to do the same thing to high res in here. Um, let's see, 1198. There and there. Actually, I shouldn't really even have to step through any of that. 1228. Yeah, most of this I'm not going to have to step through all that much, so that's cool. And then 1293. And normally I don't go to this extent. I just wasn't, I just didn't really want to have to modify this. Okay, number of joysticks is 0. All right, so all I gotta do is like, and I can test this afterwards, so to have it by unplugging my joystick. All right, so we got that. Make sure it builds. All right, okay, so we've got this. Okay, nice joystick for both of them. Huh, must have been something I'd done before. We've got that. Okay. What? My entire configuration is now gone. Fuck did that happen? Hmm. Okay. I have a feeling this is throwing an exception of some kind. That's so odd. Yeah, it won't even jump. It won't even step into that function. Let's do this. Let's rebuild only VCC because that's causing a problem. Can't believe it blew away my whole config. I can't understand why that won't step into that. All right. I mean, we are building debug mode, so all right. Yeah, see, I can't step into that, but it works. It's going to come up with that. Yeah, it's trying to read that sucker twice. That's just Visual Studio being Visual Studio. See if I can't get to the bottom of this. I don't know why it won't step into that function. I got that. Yeah, it just steps over it. Okay. That is not good. Hmm. I'm not even really sure what to say about that. Should make that static though, at least for the time being. Let's see, I'm in debug build. Unless there's something special about this way this config is built. My disabled's all default, so that's, well, that is quite baffling. And it disabled them. Is there some other function? You know, yeah, there's nothing. Nothing there that's would be preventing that. I wonder if it's something with this. Let's do this. Let's see if that has something to do with that, because get rid of those. That is so odd. See, it just steps right over it. You know what? I'm going to do this. Debug Windows disassembly. It's not even calling it. What the fuck? How is that even? It's like it optimized it out, but optimizations are turned off. You know, configuration manager. Let's look at this. What the fuck? Okay. What in the hell is this? That thing was, it was doing a release build. It wasn't doing a debug build. That is ridiculous. I had to respond to him. Okay, so we got everything up to date. Let's see what it does now. And there we go. Now we have breakpoints because the shit's building the way that it's supposed to. All right, so it was able to find that. I'm just wondering if that has to do with me having deleted some stuff earlier. Let's do this. All right. Okay, now that that mystery is solved. Oh, all right, so I can get back to doing this. You know what? Actually, what I should probably do is this. Let's go ahead and stash these changes for a minute. And we'll do this. Okay, that's going to set everything back to normal. Go here, configuration manager. I don't know why this is set up like this, but yeah, I'm not going to fight it. I'm just not going to fight it. Okay, so we got that. All right, now we go back over to here. Let's go ahead and, all right, that's updated. Debug release, debug release, debug release. All right, so we're going to amend our last comment. All right, now, let me submit those two. Now let's go back over here. Stash our stash pop. Let's pop our shit now. There are conflicts. Of course there are. All right, so that's just because it's adding a new thing here. So what we're going to do here, changes to be integrated. Who do I want to use? All right. We're just going to do this. Use this text block. Mark is resolved. And we're good. Let's go back and see what we actually did. Okay, we just kind of changed this around. That's not really a big deal, I don't think. Global selection extension. Oh, what? Somebody said something. All right, let's see. That shouldn't be a problem, I guess. But you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and do that because nothing else really matters. All right, let's reload this, get our changes back in here. There we go. Project loaded and ready to use. Perfect. So, it actually kind of takes the fun out of some stuff. All right, so we got that. All right, one is mouse. 3 is joystick, joystick 2 is audio, 0 is keyboard. Oh, yeah. 1 is mouse, 1 is mouse. All right, so you know what? Let's run this anyway. Okay, that's the custom key mouse, but it seems to be doing everything else. Let's go to configuration. All right, well, we can just do that. Keyboard. All right, so natural. I don't know why. Oh, it's because I went in and did this, and then I hit cancel, but it comes back as custom because there's a bug. That's the kind of shit I'm trying to fix. All right, so let's go to this. Let's go to this, and you know what? I probably shouldn't have done that. So let's go to this. I'm gonna have to do that all over again. Configuration, keyboard. Nope, natural. Okay. Um, oh, we'll just load the API. Cool. And I got that all configuration back in, drives. Now I have to insert the drive again, but that's fine. That is fine. So let's go into config joysticks. Okay, one. Let's make sure. Oops. One is mouse. Okay, that's what I think what we're going for. Yep. Okay. Perfect. Huh. Yeah, this will need some conversion. We'll get rid of these static casts later, I'm sure. My stream window, make sure that, okay, yeah, everything is good. At least my internet won't be going out again. That seems to be stable now. Okay, so that we know that's going to be fine. That's fine. That should be fine too, because then, yeah. All right, so then keyboard there. We're hitting that, and it seems to do what it's supposed to do. Selects the icon. You know what I don't see here? You know what I don't see here? You know what's missing? Support for audio. I don't know why that's even there. I'm not sure if that was like a plan feature or something. But yeah, if that's like not used, then I may have to get rid of that. Show Windows mouse pointer and VCC screen. It's not really a joystick kind of thing. That's more of a display kind of thing. Oh well. Oops. Oh, okay, and we're gonna save. So that's fine. You know, actually, we should go back in and kind of. Okay, we can do that and config. Okay, that's perfect. Alrighty, let's do this. Yep, actually, I can just go over here. Huh. Compare white spaces. Oops. Okay, yeah, I'm not seeing any differences, any actual differences here. Wonder if it's because of the stash pop. That's all right. I guess I could always just do this. I know it's right. All right, so we go into here. Oops. Go to here, and this is edit controller type. Let's see, that is, I'm gonna rename this. So let's do that real quick. Okay, don't want to change that. That's at least not without some type of um, migration path. Go on and check it to see, hey, is use mouse in there? Let's take that value and stuff it into our new one and then delete the old one. All right, we should go here. Dang, there's a lot of them in here. Oops, don't want to do that. Don't want to do that. Do want to do this. Wow, there's a lot of them in here. Damn. Okay, that's fine. See, I mean, you see these kind of, if you have to write a comment to describe this, like in this particular way, then you were doing something wrong. Way wrong. Um, I don't, you know what? I forget who originally wrote this. Maybe that's up in here in the title. Joseph Forboyne. I don't know. I don't know who this guy is. I actually don't know who this guy is. I don't think I've ever encountered him. Maybe he's a phantom, a mystery. Somebody we will never see. Oh, okay. Apparently there's a guy that's the same name as a doctor. I don't think it's the same guy though. Let's do this. VCC. We'll find out who this guy is. Floppy days, 47. Oh, God, listen, this is October 19th, 2005. On the manual. I don't know who this. I actually don't know who this guy is. I don't think I've ever seen him post, and I don't recognize the name as being anybody that I came across back in the day. I gotta grab maybe a drink or something. Hang on a second. So I might have to track him down, find out what some of his motivation was, see what. So we've got so anyway, we've got our changes, start of our changes. The high res mode should be pretty easy to take care of. I think there's only a handful of things that are used. Most of it will probably be in the be joystick input and config. So we'll have to do something similar um, to what we've got there. With the searches probably, and setting the uh, setting like the icons and all that. I don't know what's going to be in there for that, but and then we'll look at kind of consolidating some of that data. I mean, this is kind of a slow process. It takes a bit of time to kind of get into to some of this stuff and make it a little bit better and especially to make it maintainable. So yeah, I'm not on the screen right now because I'm getting something to drink, and I'm having a difficult time deciding. Not sure if I want to grab a bottle of some really hard ass alcohol and just down that and get into it, or maybe some more tea, stay a little a little calm. I guess I could go get me like I don't know a 6 pack of Pabst Blue Ribbon, do a pull a redneck on everybody. Of course, that I'd probably get arrested. Of course, that's it's actually kind of difficult in ways to get arrested here in Vegas. I mean, you really gotta screw up or be a total dick um, in most cases. I mean, unless you're like smacking people around, in which case yeah, your ass to go to jail. Or if you're down on the strip getting all stabby with people, I mean that definitely your ass is going to jail. Like that motherfucker that killed like what? He killed one of the one of the showgirls out there. We've got, it's kind of like the thing in New York where you've got like street performers and stuff. They take pictures with, with the tourists and all of that stuff. And I guess teacher was killed. I mean, fucking people get crazy and shit. Huh. Oh, it's over here. Okay. Yeah, I was gonna get some tea. So yeah, there's I don't know, weird ass people in the world. So all right. So I'll have to cut this off at probably the 2 hour mark. Um, all right, so let's so okay, so we got all that done. Um, so let's add go ahead and commit. Commit. All right, so let's go back down to here. High res. All right. What do I want to call this enum? See, that's always the hard part. That's like the hard part for me anymore is like coming up with a real clever, good fucking name. Some days I'm on point. I'm at the top of my game, but they just flow. And then there's other days where man, you just got to get high to think of some shit. And so I think that's what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna go load my bowl. And I don't got any listeners right now anyway, or viewers right now. So that's cool, man. I average a few throughout the shows, so it's cool. And I do have some interaction with them, which is actually cool too. So yeah, if you're popping into just check stuff out, then go ahead and post a note, man. Say hi in the chat. I will respond. I do check it out. I actually moved my TV out so that I could kind of keep track of that. Because there are some people that actually do say stuff, and I hate missing that. Because then they kind of feel like maybe they're feeling maybe they feel like they're being ignored or something. You know. Now, of course, if they're Democrats, and I'm kidding. I like Democrats as long as they're in California. Let them fuck up that state some more. Jesus Christ, California sucks. So that's the thing. I've spent a considerable amount of my life in the Southwest, and four places in particular. Yuma, Arizona, back in the early '80s. That's and Yuma, if you don't know, is a border town, so you can and of course immigration was a lot different at the time, and of course the problems were certainly a bit different, but and then Phoenix, Arizona. I was there for so I was in Yuma for 4 years. Then I was in Phoenix for 12. Spent a couple years in Southern California. Um, and then of course a fair amount of time here in beautiful, beautiful Sin City, Las Vegas, Nevada, where the drinks are free and the chicks will fucking rob your ass blind if they get you in a hotel room. Trust me. Now, if you meet a chick on the strip, if you're here in Las Vegas and you're ever here in Las Vegas and you meet, just chick out of the blue, and she just comes up, she just starts chatting you up. First thought on your mind should be where as the bartender, because we need to get some more drinks. That should be the first thing on your. Don't ever like think that a woman that comes up and starts chatting you up is a hoe. That's rule number one here, because most of them are not. But we used to play a game. We'd go to the casinos and we'd try to spot them. And every once in a while we were wrong. Get slapped for that one, but yeah, usually you can tell. They'll come up and ask you if you're looking for a date. Would you like to take me on a date? Would you like to go on a date? They come up to me. I'm like, yeah, but not with you. And of course, with the Raider Stadium, with the Raider Stadium here now, actually gotten a bit worse. Definitely gotten a bit worse. So, all right, I got my other tea here. I had set it down, and so what are we gonna name this? I don't know, high res mode. Um, I don't know. So you got low res, which is like normal, software, Candy, and CocoaMax. I'm assuming CocoaMax 3. Um, I'm assuming that's CocoaMax in the first place. So let's see, what am I gonna do here? You know, uh, this is gonna be a big one, but it shouldn't be used all that much. I think I'm going to we're gonna do this. All right, back to the static cast. Not really a problem per se. All right. And of course, high-res device. Okay, so see, this is where we gotta do a little bit of surgery here. Okay, controller def. All right, so we want, you know what, we're gonna do this. Um, Actually, you know what, I don't want to do that. Well, yeah. Oh, controller. Oops. All right. Okay. This would give us the same kind of mappings. Okay, so why is that? Oh, wrong one. There we go. All right. All right, let's, then we're gonna go back down here and we're gonna create a convert to controller resolution. Boom, boom, boom. And then we're gonna just change this to this. And controller resolution, we want to just go straight to normal. All right, convert to controller resolution. So that should give us this. Oh, wait. Oh, duh. Okay, so we've got convert to controller resolution. And we go there. All right. Should be. No, I guess not. Oh, right. Hmm. Get rid of that. Controller. There we go. All right, high res to temp. Oh, this is another one of the static castings that I got to do. Oh, this actually probably should be convert. But I think right here, all right. Controller resolution. Uh-oh, another comment. Bah. Joystick type. Oh boy, this is going to be a fun one. All right, so we got this. Get mux state. Oh well, at least it is in here, so don't really necessarily know that that is used by anybody else. So, all right, so what do we have here? All right, so 0 is low res. Oh, no, that's 2. Tandy. Really? Codebase. All right, and 2 is Tandy. Yeah, I'm definitely going to go through and clean up some of this code just from a formatting standpoint. Eesh. I do this anyway. Max 3. Hmm. Wow. How interesting. Oh, let's take a look at the changes. Okay, that's okay, I guess. Not big there. Okay, ta-da. Convert and convert. That should be fine. All right, so we. Wow. Okay. Hmm. All right, that's okay. That's it. Yeah, looks fine. All right, so we've got that done. Let's see. Alrighty, that should be just dandy. There we go. Well, one failed. Oh, right. All right, there we go. All right, so we can go ahead and commit that. All right, so we got two decent changes in there. It only took us say what about hour and 50 minutes? Wow, man, that's some suck ass stuff. All right, so let's go back over to here. Okay, now those probably key codes. Let's see, fire. Temp code. Temp this, temp that, temp that. How about just name it whatever the fuck it is? God damn, temporary, but damn, its lifetime throughout the entire fucking function is not temporary. All right. So anyway, oops. Man, I may have to make me a hot dog here in a minute. You know, make a make a big ass motherfucking hot dog because I'm hungry. Okay, so let's. Okay, so that's gonna be a key DI device. Okay, that's something. So let's do some other just general cleanup. Get rid of this. That's ridiculous. Let's C++ plusify the comments. Alrighty. Okay, so that's just states, so we can probably leave these alone for right now. May not have to do anything else for that. We can get rid of that, and I think we can safely get rid of that now. God damn, this unsigned character all over the fucking place is ridiculous. It's unnecessary. What? You don't have to be. I gotta imagine it's there's some micro optimization going on here because that is just. All right, so let's go up here and see what other data we've got to muck around with. Okay, so this right here kind of needs to be in a data structure. And we got joysticks here. Okay, no, some of this just doesn't. God, that's terrible code. All right, so these joysticks here have it's got to change. Okay, so let's collected here in enum joysticks, or enumerate joysticks. All right, so the first. So this right here is going to be a problem. We are leaking a resource. Leaking a resource. I have to figure out a way to fix that. Joystick index. Okay, numerate joysticks, I guess, is returning the number of things made. So let's do this. Let's get rid of this. Or better yet, I mean, if you want to do that, don't do the assignment, just do that. That's better. Because that, I think I'll just keep these out here because these are a bit, these are going to be a bit long. Let's see, what is that? 120 characters, right? 100, no, that's line 20. 108 characters. Okay, that I can deal with. Okay, but this is not even set or changed. Don't need parentheses. Fuck. Now, why is, oh, okay, I see. It's not actually defining it, duh. All right, my bad. I almost screwed that up. It's not actually necessary anyway. Or at least it won't be. Oh, all right. Let's make sure I need some different music here. The fuck is this? Rebecca Black? No, thanks. Oh, the Macarena. Macarena's up. We got the Macarena now. Awesome. Ah. And actually, if you listen to the song, man, it's just kind of wrong, really. Actually, I'm not gonna say kind of wrong because right and wrong are absolute. So yeah, it's wrong in places. All right, so we got that, but I'm not really sure I'm too happy with the way that that works. So let's see what we've got here. Okay, joystick index. All right, so what is it filling it with? Hmm. Okay, and joysticks is kind of the thing there. So, oh, so these should never be null. So I'm gonna do you know what? I fucking hate these. There we go. Okay, so now we know what that is. So now we need to go back to here, get this down to here. Yeah, I don't. All right, so let's do this. You know what? We're gonna need a way to. We're gonna have to release these. I don't want to do that manually. So let's just do it this way here. So normally we do clear. You know what? Actually, I need to Fucking hair. Should make that a unique pointer and add a custom deleter. Do this right now. What is this? Okay. So used to, you know what? Actually, I could just do this. Oh, I can't do that in this version of C++11 or C++. So we're gonna do this. All right, so we've got our list of joysticks. Let's do this. There we go. Kind of at least somewhat keep within the current, you know what, actually, yeah, actually, I don't think I could do that there. Get the name up there, and I don't think string is, get rid of that. All right. That's gonna throw, but yep, ton of shit. All right, so create device takes that. All right. We're just gonna return for right now. Actually, we're gonna keep on collecting them because I'm not really sure how I want to report this. So we're gonna throw an exception because honestly, we shouldn't be able to go on and beyond that. So, and let's do this. Oops. I'll just down here. And device, we will do the same thing. Have to, actually. Okay. And I can do this. Hmm. Why is that? There we go. Ah, okay. I know why. Duh. Oh no. What the fuck? What? Oh, I guess that would be that's the copy and paste for you. So actually I think I can get rid of that. Nope, but that'll work. Don't really need anything else other than that. All right, so in this, we're gonna probably get rid of, and this is actually, we're gonna return true. Hmm. Get rid of that. That really should be like a size thing because int is not gonna do it. Uh, this is gonna have to be the last change. Init joystick. Okay, this should never have a null. So that's pretty easy. So most of these become easy. Was that all of them? Nah, couldn't be. Yeah. You know what? I don't know, but I think that we might want to return. That's dumb. All right, so can't possibly we'll never have a null in there, and it can't possibly be other than that. So, well, stick name. Where the fuck is that being used? Oh, I just love C. Fucking piece of shit language. That's not really that bad. I mean, if you like, imperative programming, then I guess it's a good choice. Oh, and then again, you can do imperative programming in C++ if you want to. It's a multi-paradigm language. There's nothing stopping you from doing it. It's not a very good way of doing things unless you're, well, if you're doing shit like this. Hmm. Oh, first of all, stick names. Joysticks. Hmm. Oh, okay. Yeah, that doesn't need to be defined there. But this does. Hmm. That should be that. Well, that's not really. I mean, there's no guarantee that that is a joystick. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. Let's take a look at this. Um, create method. Let's see, return value. Oh, oh, that's the IDSF stuff. I give a fuck about that. All right, so we're gonna skip Eye of the Tiger because I'm not feeling like all tigerish today. Oh, I should probably check to see if I got a hoe on call. Is there a hoe on duty? Do we have a hoe on duty? No, we do not. Well, all right. No, we're gonna do that. Well, I'm not really sure I like the whole stick number kind of thing. I'm not sure if I mean if your list changes and your current stick is like something differently or something different like or it changes order. I mean instead of being, you know, 3, it's now 2. So this actually ends up borking that up. Input device list. Oh, I should probably do this. I'm gonna want these. Max sticks. All right, so let's go down to here. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna have time to finish this up today. It's 7:35 here. So yeah, I've been doing this for like over 2 hours. So that's a pain in the ass. All right, so we've got, we want to do this. I do not like all of these global ass variables. I mean, this is just need to be in a namespace somewhere at least. All right. Hmm. I'm gonna do something here. Public. What? Oh, ha. Thank you. Yeah, stick name. Hmm, cool. That's gonna bork some other stuff up though. Yep. Oh. All right. What do we got going on here? New acquisition. Oh, it's seen that. Yay. And we've got this. Awesome. Cool. Oops, I just killed off my music. God damn it. All right. Let's see. Belle Biv DeVoe. Pretty sure I. There it is. Okay, let's go to Murray Head. One night in Bangkok. I mean, gotta love the name. All right, let's test this out a little bit. All right. And it failed. Okay, that's cool. So, okay, yeah, that's a reference. So, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. Configuration, config. Oh, there we go. The input PDB not loaded. Okay, that's fine. Oh, yeah, I'm looking up here at the audio. Okay. I have to get, I think I've got another joystick in the other room. I don't think it's packed yet. But, okay, so we got Tandy High, right? I guess I should have checked this. Okay, that's joystick. Yeah, okay, standard. Oh, wait. Did Tandy High Rise not work? Okay. Okay, no, that's right. Okay, my standard. That, all right. That looks like it's still working. But, let's see, what is this doing? Config. Yeah, see, this shit doesn't even fucking test the result of initializing the joint. It's pointless to test for errors if you don't do anything with them. Jesus. Stick number. And then we have the enum access callback. Okay, that's fine, I guess. All right, so that's a little bit better, but unfortunately I need to call it night. So I'm gonna pass this on until maybe later tonight or tomorrow. I don't think I'm gonna have time to do it tonight. Maybe tomorrow morning. I got shit going on all day tomorrow, in the afternoon and not necessarily evening, but maybe I'll get it done early in the day. So we'll pick up there and take this, put it in a data structure. We're gonna have to do something about this. You know, I'm exposing something that so they can't actually modify anything there. So now I could probably do it in here, do a constant with that, but bleh, why? Um, so and we'll drop some of the stuff into a uh, anonymous namespace, and I think tonight I'm just gonna go through and I may not even come back tonight. I may just go do my shit, come back and just do actually some code cleanup, just to make this a little bit more, a little easier to work with. I mean, seriously, son, learn braces. Good. So yeah, this kind of stuff needs to go away. So, hmm. So this should be a bit cleaner next time. Yeah, I mean, you got pull joystick. I mean, see, this is the whole thing. This is where um, you get a lot of things that you shouldn't encode. I mean, anytime that you have like an enumeration, particularly in a case like this, um, you risk ignoring, things like encapsulation and certainly, polymorphism. In fact, anytime that I see a switch case statement in any object-oriented language, I see it as a missed opportunity to make effective use of polymorphism. I mean, that's what it's there for. Those kind of situations, and it just takes a little bit of design and forethought. So I mean, of course, we got stuff here that's not tested, but that's okay. We've got like stick one, and I don't. So this, yeah, I mean, you could collapse all this stuff into, this into a function. I mean, it's same damn thing. I mean, why duplicate code if you don't have to? I mean, I understand that it's small, but you've got details here that, exist between the two of them. Of course, you got to do the pot, uh, get pot value, set mouse. Yeah, set mouse status is a big one. I'm going to think about that one for a while. Set button status is pretty, should be pretty easy. So yeah, this is, I mean, it's not, all that much. So I think the most of the difficult stuff here is or more, I wouldn't say difficult, but the more time consuming stuff because of the coupling with between the configuration and the joystick stuff. Um, so yeah, I mean this could easily be you know merged or created easily create a class that handles all of these details and handles them without exposing a shit ton of details that everybody else has to know. It's like gotta know all these things, so it's dumb. But yeah, that's the nature of C a lot of the times, at least compared to object-oriented programming. So, but anyway, I think I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna go grab a couple of hot dogs and go take care of my stuff. And I don't know, see you tomorrow, maybe even Thursday. I mean, I guess what today is Tuesday. Tomorrow's Wednesday, followed by Thursday. So who knows? We'll see. But anyway, until then, have a great day or so, or whatever the fuck it is that you're doing, and have fun. So, all right, bye bye.